Hello there, this is Dr. Ashish back on Wednesday Live again. And today I talk about everything to do with emotions, feelings related to fertility journey, related to when you are trying to get pregnant and going through fertility struggles. My name is Dr. Ashish and I support women going through fertility issues for over 2 years or longer, or that they have complex cases and they are open to natural intervention, natural therapies, herbs, mindset training, yoga, all of that together. And today I am going to be talking about discussing, showing you my perspective on how to manage relationships when you are trying to get pregnant. And relationships are probably one of the hardest things to manage. I'm sure you have your own experiences. Do share with me if you do. Um, Not only related to fertility, but otherwise as well. But I'm talking about women who are going through fertility issues, how to manage relationships around them at that time. And these are not just few weeks or few months. In many, in the case of hundreds and thousands of women, it can be years and years where they don't see the result yet. They are not pregnant yet. Um, or maybe they were pregnant and they lost their pregnancy and they're going through that trauma as well. So, what do I mean by managing relationships, and what do I mean by relationships when you are trying to get pregnant? Relationship amongst partners, whether you are heterosexual or homosexual couple, how your partnership actually evolves, your marriage evolves through that challenge of fertility, because it is challenging. It can be extremely stressful, and brings up all sorts of emotions for both the partners, male, female, because everybody has their own belief system, their own values, and how do they make your perspective and how that perspective comes into play when you're trying to get pregnant. So it makes things really entangled and complex. So those relationships amongst partners, relationships in the families, how that dynamics change for you, with your parents, with your in-laws, with your brothers, sisters, family members, extended family members. How does the relationships change with your colleagues, work colleagues, with your boss, with people you work with in your work environment, not only just home environment, but in your work environment? It's a huge topic. We're only taking a snippet of it, talking about few tips that I want you to pay attention towards, and perhaps it will help you going forward or moving you forward on your journey of fertility. So all these relationships, the dynamics will change inevitably when you are trying to get pregnant, and when that journey becomes much longer than you anticipated, then these relationships will change, sometimes remarkably, and sometimes change forever, that you are not able to revert back to how you were with these people before. So what can we do, whether those relationships change for little or bigger changes? What can you do if you are that woman who are right now going through fertility issues and finding it challenging? So the first thing to remember, to remind yourself, I want you to remember always, is to care for yourself. That is self in inverted commas. For your own being, your own needs, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, everything that your body, your mind needs right now, only you can provide that for it. Only you understand yourself better than others. So caring for yourself without feeling this, that I'm being selfish, or I'm not caring for anybody else, or I'm not being sensitive enough to others' needs. Right now, you are the priority for yourself when you're going through this trauma, through this journey of fertility. So caring for yourself is number one. Number two, open and honest communication. Wherever possible, where you can voice your opinion, your values, your sensitivities, how you feeling internally. If you can communicate that to your partner, your family members, your parents, then talk to them. Sometimes that talking is not possible. Sometimes we know that talking does not help, but to those where you feel that you can at least have a dialogue, then have that communication. Tell them how you are, and tell them how you are feeling right now. Going through this fertility is bringing all sorts of things for you, and how it is perhaps changing you, the things that you have to do, and you're finding challenging. So, tell it to them, share it with them. So, open communication. Number 3 is to have clear boundaries for yourself. To care for yourself, as I said, that's your biggest responsibility. Your biggest duty is towards yourself. So have those boundaries, clear boundaries in place, professional and personal boundaries at home and at work. Yeah, where you need to, if you need to do something and you need to do it, then doing it without feeling bad for the other person. So boundaries also mean how far you can go. Perhaps you need to stay late at work one day and you have a fertility appointment. So obviously fertility appointment right now in this time is important for you. So you convey to your colleagues, your boss, you cannot stay over and do extra work today. Even if you don't necessarily want to tell them, then if it is within your role and at work, then having that boundary that today this is what I need to do. And also boundary in the sense that if you feel sensitive, you need to protect yourself, you need to take that time. Perhaps you need to sleep, perhaps you need to go and eat at the right time because you need to have all those injections if you're going through IVF. Then doing that, when you need to do things, you're doing that without feeling bad about it. So having clear boundaries. Number 4 is be empathetic. Be kind to yourself and also be kind to others as well when you can. First, to be kind to yourself, to be empathetic towards yourself, that your body, your mind, your whole being is going through this process, which is not what you anticipated, is not what you thought, and it is something different. So your body and mind is taking its time to adjust to this change, to adjust to this new idea of being while you're going through fertility issues, while you're trying to get pregnant. So be empathetic to your needs. And also, when you have that moment, then be empathetic towards others. Certain people are just clear cut nasty, right? And they're probably not your friends and family, and then there is no need to look out for them yet. But those who are near ones to you, loved ones to you, and also colleagues who you really value, then be empathetic. Perhaps try to understand their viewpoint, where they are coming from. Yeah. And yeah, just to have that thought. Not always, because it may not be possible at certain times when you are really going through through an acute phase of fertility trials, then not at that time. But when you are yourself stable, calmer, balanced through that whole journey, then be a little empathetic towards them. Sometimes people only mean good, but they just don't have the vocabulary, they don't have the words to be helpful towards you. So 4 things I've mentioned for today, you can manage your relationships perhaps a little better. Little difference makes a little difference, and then it adds up. Caring for your own self, open communication, having boundaries, and having empathy. So I hope this is useful for you and it gives you some thought. It's a reminder for you. And if you are someone who's looking to get pregnant and is open to natural therapies, herbs, remedies, mindset training, yoga, and also coaching, then I am the person for you. You can reach out to me, message me, or email me. Or if you know someone who's going through these issues, then please do share this video with them. Thank you so much. I will see you soon.